I gotta ask you a question. Did you subscribe? Talk about the first way is just basically using your half-inch EMT bender. No, it's not half-inch either. It's not. All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to get right into this with very limited stories, I hope. If there will be any stories, definitely check down in the description for the timestamps. Now, we're going to talk about 2 different ways to bend wire mold. Actually, 3 if you want to get technical. You can just bend it with your hands, but I would never do that. That's stupid. 2 real ways to do it. And I'm going to have to start out with the story right off the bat because you guys need to kind of understand why I'm doing this video. Now, a while back, I did a video on basically the wire mold basics. And I touched on basically just running wire mold flat on the wall or whatever, you know, so there was no real bending involved. And that is typically what you do. You just basically run the wire mold on the wall so there's no offsets, stuff like that. Now, just so you guys are aware, before this video really gets going, you cannot, that I know of, bend a 90 on a piece of wire mold. Because if you do, chances are you probably will kink the wire mold and it will not look like, you know, anything. It'll look like poop on a white rag, basically, at the end of the day. So we're going to show you 2 different ways to do it. We're going to talk about the first way is just basically using your 3/4 EMT bender. So do I recommend this? Let's talk a little bit about if I recommend this because it's kind of important. So this will be a slight story. So you've got to really think about several things when you are gonna purchase a wire mold bender specifically for wire mold. So if you guys are planning to become a great electrician, you know, you want to further your career, you want to have everything like I do, unfortunately. My garage is full of stuff. In your arsenal to make sure that you have every aspect of your electrical field covered, then you might want to get a wire mold bender. Can you bend it with this? Oh, absolutely. Will it work? Yes. Will it kink it? Potentially. We'll talk as we go on about the differences of the benders and kind of trying to make you understand the difference why you would purchase a wire mold bender versus just use your 3/4 EMT bender. So let's start out by putting a piece of wire mold in here and bending it. And I'm going to show you guys basically what it looks like. We'll lay it up here on this little garage wall here. And I'll show you what it looks like, how it bends, how it looks. We'll examine the wire mold bender versus the 3/4 EMT bender. And you guys can make your own decision. I'm going to leave it right here. If you guys are serious about your trade, then maybe it's worth it to invest in one. Do you have to buy a brand new one? Hell no. I bought a brand used one on eBay and I paid like $29 for the thing. Now it didn't come with the handle, but I mean, I've got benders at the wazoo that I just unscrew and put the handle in it and there I go. So, or you can get a piece of rigid pipe, whatever. So you got to ask yourself, do you want to really invest into your future or do you just want to get by? So, you know, for me, an investment was worth it. Okay, this is your wire mold bender. Now, we're going to go ahead and examine these together before we actually start bending because I want to show you guys, try to make you understand, and then we'll bend it. Now, let's look at this wire mold bender and let's talk about it. Now, as you see, you can bend this just like you can bend conduit, all right? Right here on the top, it has 10, 22, 30, 45, and 60. And these lines are what indicates how far you go down for your bends. This one right here, this line right here is 30. This line right here is, even though it doesn't say it, or it kind of does, I guess, it says 22. This line right here, it starts out under my finger, that's 10. Now, if you guys are interested in trying to figure out how to bend conduit, well, check up here in the corner, and you will see a very basic video how to bend conduit, understanding what all these, you know, multipliers and all that mean. Now, I'm not going to tell you that you can bend a 90 degree on here because I've never seen a single soul do it. I honestly not so sure that you can. I'm not 100% positive. So what we may end up doing, I have an old piece of wire mold here. We may just bend one just to see. Never in my career have I seen anybody bend a 90. So since I just have scrap, I think we're going to try it out. Because right on the bottom here, it says 6-inch take up, just like it does on, you know, when you bend conduit. So we are going to try it. Now, let's talk a little bit about this. Do you see the difference between this and this? Do you see the difference? There's not a whole lot, but there is a difference. Now, when you put square into a square, it fits perfect. When you put square into a round, you got wobble. I'm going to show you. So, put this in here, right like that, and you can see there's not a whole lot of gap, and it's, there's no wobble at all, all right? See how that fits in there just beautiful? This bender will also bend 700. This is 500 Wiremold. If you guys are interested in watching a video in depth on Wiremold, check up here in the corner, right up here at the end of this Wiremold, actually right about there. You can watch a video on the basics of Wiremold. Now, let's do the same thing with this bender, because I want to show you. 3/4 bender, EMT bender. You put it in there. Now, you're all over the place. See, I can barely move it, and it's all over the place. You can see, you pretty much can't, let me look, make sure if I say that. Yeah, you can see the difference. So, in the camera, it looks like you can see how it doesn't fit just right in there. And there's a lot of slop going on. I mean, it's all over the place. So you have to be very careful. Also, when you're bending, the shoe of the bender is a lot different. It's rounded, so you are going to get a little, as you can already see what it did to the front of the Wiremold. It kind of scars it, and it kind of puts a little ding in it. So, you know, there is right tools for the right job. And like I mentioned before, if you want to become a good electrician, I suggest investing in the right stuff. I will leave a link down below to Amazon where you guys can pick up a bender just like this, and hopefully it's still on there. You can purchase it, and then you can become just as good as your neighbor. Now, let's go ahead and take the piece of Wiremold, and let's talk about bending this. Now, like I said, it's basic bending. You just put your marks on here, and you can bend 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, so on and so forth, Wiremold. One thing we are going to talk about is always use a pencil. All right, let's bend a 2 inch offset, okay? So we'll go ahead and we'll bend a 2 inch offset. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut back 2 inches down on my Wiremold. So we'll mark it right here. All right, and we want a 2 inch offset. Let's do a 3 inch offset. All right, so if we know how to bend this, how much space do we need between the marks? Well, let's see. We want a 3 inch, right? So we need 6 inches between our marks. Now, like I said, if you don't know how to figure that out, go to my video that I pointed at, and you guys can watch how to do that. Now, we're gonna put the bender. We're gonna use 3/4 EMT first. Now, also, you always wanna make sure that the bend is not wrong, because you cannot, once you bend this, there's no fixing it. I mean, you can tweak it a little bit, but if you bend it backwards, there's no fixing it, because you will kink it. I don't care what bender you're using. All right, so I'm gonna bring you down here real low. I'm gonna show you guys how this looks when you bend it. What we're gonna do is we have our first mark here and our second mark there. So we are going to put 3/4 EMT bender. We're gonna use the arrow. We're gonna put our first mark right at the arrow, all right? And we're gonna pull it down to 30 degrees, which is right here. So let's do it. All right, let's bend it to 30. All right, there we go. We'll flip it around. We'll put that mark on the arrow. We'll side it. You pretty much need to make sure that it's not super off, because like I said, there's a lot of slop in this. All right, we will bend this to 30. Hey, while I'm down here, why don't you guys take the time to drop down and give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. All right, that should be good. Now, let's look at this right here. You see this little bow? See what it did? Same thing right here. That's because we used a 3/4 EMT bender. So let's put it on this wall and we will see. Let's put it on this wall and we will see what it looks like. It's not really a wall, guys, but you can see. So let's see what we got. I can tell you right now that's probably not 3 inches. It's 2 inches. So we're not going to mess with it too much more than that, but that's what you got. Okay. You're going to see the difference what I'm talking about when you use the Wiremold bender. We're going to mark the same marks, 6 inches between them, and we'll see if we do the same 30 degrees, will it be 3 inches? Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll do our exact same thing here. We will mark our first mark at 2 inches. All right, and we will put it at 6. All right. You guys will understand this marks if you watch that other video, or maybe you already know. Leave me a thumbs up, guys, if you already know why I put 6 inches. Y'all looking at my butt? I mean, what's up? Gosh, this is a family channel. Goodness gracious. All right, anyway, let's put this in here and see how it looks. Now, what we want to do is put right at the end of the shoe, right there. All right, so we are at the end of the shoe. That's why we're doing it. We're going to pull down to 30. Boom, baby. That should be right at 30 right there. Right there. Okay, let's flip her over and put the shoe. I didn't even sneeze. Thanks for saying bless you. All right. We'll put it right at the end. All right. We'll slide her down and we will bend her. Let's see what comes up. You guys are really going to be surprised at the difference. All right. Now, I think I may have overbent this, guys, but you guys will be the first to know. We'll have to put it up on top up here. Okay. Let's take a measurement and see. Look at that. It's 2.5, but I can see it's going downhill. And that is because I didn't put enough in this one right here. So we'll put a little bit more. Hey, you know what? This is not rocket science, guys. This is real life stuff. All right. Huh? Okay, look at this. See how this is a pretty good bend. I mean, you see how it's not all screwed up here? Where on this one, this is the 3/4 bender. See what it did? Do you see the difference? Man, I hope so. I mean, this is your, I mean, look at the front. You see how it's bowed out right here? All right. And this one here is just beautiful, streamlined now. Let's measure. Conduit porn, love it. Oh, guys, look at this. Would you look at this? 3, come here closer. Get a little closer, don't be shy. Get a little closer with new Arid Extra Dry. All right, anyway. Look at that. Yeah, see that? Can you see that? That is 3. Okay, so it's 3 1/16, but daggone, guys. I mean, come on. Do you guys honestly see the difference? Same marks, same 30 degrees, but not the same bends. Do you see? And if you don't see that, can you see that? I mean, I don't know if you can tell or not. No, I can definitely see that. This is the 3/4 EMT bender. And this, my friends, is the Wiremold bender. Now, do you see the difference? All right. So, I did tell you we were going to try to bend a 90 on here. So, I got one piece of Wiremold plus this one that I've already kind of bent up and everything. Believe it or not, I already did this video once. and realize that I was in the wrong what I said the first time, so we're not going to watch that one. We're going to watch this one. But we're going to use this one to put a 90 on. I don't know if it's going to work or not. But we're going to give it hell. So we're just going to bend this up to a 90 and see what happens. Like I said, never have I tried it. I hope it doesn't get stuck in my bender, because I do have a Wiremold job, which I can't stand. I mentioned that coming up. So we're going to try to put it in here and bend it, and cross your fingers, guys. So you guys see this floor here? It's a mess. See that big old pile of stuff over there? Well, that is a lot of work's been going on in my garage. So I'm not making any kinds of excuses, guys. I'm telling you the truth. So let's put this on the ground and bend it. All right, here goes nothing. We are past the bend. We're going to pull a 90 up here, and we're going to see what happens. Because like I said, I don't have the foggiest idea. I don't know why you'd want a 90 in here, but are we still in frame? Oh, yeah. Guys, I cannot even remotely believe it. Holy crap balls, guys. This is the first. Look at that. That sucker is beautimous. Oh my gosh, guys, you can do it. Well, you know what? You did it with that one. Let's do it with the other one. Now, before, I want to show you this. Now, it's probably not 100% level, but it's not kinked. It's close to 90 as you can get without leveling it up. So, we're going to bend on the other end with this 3/4 EMT bender. I am really surprised that you can bend. I mean, look how beautiful that is, guys. Huh? That is just gorgeous. Not kinked. Just, I'm very shocked, actually. But let's bend this one. Now, before we bend this one, so we can keep this thing kind of in some kind of an order, we'll put EMT. Probably upside down to y'all, but all the same, right? All right, let's do it. EMT bender. Take one. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, here we're gonna see. Oh boy, who's ready for this? Okay, let's see. Pretty close. Let's see. All right. Well, I see some things that happen. Now look, oh my. Okay, right here. Let me pull you back up here. I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's hard to be a one-man crew sometimes and record this because I hope that looked good. This does not. Look how, now this is EMT. Now this is EMT. Right there. Look at the difference between that bend. When I run my finger here, I mean, look, it's the same diameter all the way through here. But when you run it on EMT, not so much. I'm going to get my calipers and I'm going to show you the difference. But before I do that, look at this. See this metal plate in here? It's flat. It's flat. I can't even, you can't do anything with it. But look here. With the Wiremold, you still have your channel available. You have it all the way up to your bend, but then when you go to the 90, it loses it right here. Done. So let's check the caliper and see. Remember, EMT. Let's start out with the EMT one and see. All right, we'll turn your on. We're going to start out right here at the top where we have not screwed with it. 0.76. Okay, we're going to come down to right here. All right, we're still in tolerance, I guess, if you want to call it tolerance. 0.77. But here in the 90, 9.2. See what the biggest part is right there. 0.93. All right. Let's look at the Wiremold at its widest point. So, it's hard for me to do this, obviously. Like I said, let me put it behind the camera here. All right, so we are at 7.6 like we were with the EMT, and we're gonna run it all the way down to here. All right, in the 90, 7.6, 7.7. I gotta keep you in frame. I gotta remember that. You in frame? Yeah. All right, here is about the widest part of the 90. Oop. If I can get it in there. 7.6. 7.6. 7.6. Speaks for itself, guys. I mean, that is a huge, huge, huge difference. So, I gotta ask you a question. Did you subscribe? So I did here, you? Anyway, yeah, corny. And yes, I am a dad, and that's a dad joke. So, did you subscribe to me? You guys see the difference. Now, I'm not gonna take any more of your time up. Thank you for watching this video. You see the difference? You see the difference? I mean, you can clearly see the difference. Or is it like this? Whatever. But anyway, you can see the difference and understand that you get what you pay for. There's a purpose for everything. And I'm not making this up, guys. You saw it first here on Mountaineer Outdoors channel that you can literally bend a 90-degree, I'm mind blown about that, on a Wiremold bender. That's like, I mean, crazy to me. I mean, honestly, I would have never in my wildest dreams even tried it. I would have bought the fitting and went, but now that I know that I can do it, boom, something else in my arsenal. And that was the first here on the MO channel. Yeah. All right, I'm in here, guys. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications so you get every single video that I upload, whether it be electrical or whatever. And if you want to see what happens next, make sure that you like and you subscribe. God bless, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.